This is the Pressure Prince with another World of Tanks video. It's going to be an SGTA technique lesson for close combat hosted by Wasp. So back to TeamSpeak we go. Take it away, Wasp. Right. Go for it, Wasp.
No. No, I don't want to anymore.
Lots of IS-3s.
Yeah, and I'm spotted.
Can I shoot him? Can I shoot him? Can I shoot him? Can I track him?
Ah, I see. Itchy trigger fingers already.
Just want to
Should
shoot
we
boss.
shoot with a stock when we're doing this, rather than the Top Gun?
God no, that's no fun.
I was thinking if the point is that we don't all blow up immediately.
Nah,
It's IS-3s or bench more than your pen.
take the normal gun. It's T8s take a while to kill each other, especially when they are up close. When they are S3s, you can ding each other for quite a while, trust me.
But not all of us are tier 8.
Yeah, I will pick a tier 7 later. Don't worry. But yeah, close combat. One of my favorite lessons, actually. Oh yeah. Usually, what these lessons are about is, I don't know, teaching you 2, maybe 3 important techniques. But on top of that, it's more like that you lose the fear of actually getting into situations where you have to brawl or where people are engaging you, like one-on-one. Yeah, because what I see a lot in randoms is like when you get close to somebody, like, I don't know, less than 50 meters, they start panicking. And they're not going like outright crazy, but they start missing shots because they just rush them. They're like, oh, I need to shoot now, I need to shoot fast. Yeah, so they bounce for no reason, or they just hit the ground because they, I don't know, just want to do damage really, really fast, I guess. So the more you train this, or the more you get used to this, one part in training environments, one part in random matches, the calmer you will stay. Yeah. I guess you can't get completely rid of it. I mean, even when I'm engaging in close combat and it's like crucial, I also keep, you know, getting a bit excited and stuff. But I try to keep it low and make sure I don't do stupid bounces, yeah. Because in those close combat situations, what you want to do is do as much damage as possible while taking as less damage back in return as you possibly can. And there are certain ways to do this. Parts of them are from other lessons, like angling always helps, side scraping might help as well, but just, I don't know, slightly restricted. Especially when we're talking about face hugging, side scraping doesn't really come into effect, but angling can. So I would like to do a short recap, like what you should keep in mind. Yeah. Basically, when you're getting shot at, or when you're shooting someone, the best chances of penetrating you get when you hit 90 degrees heads on. Yeah. The steeper the angle gets, the harder it will be to penetrate. What that means for tanks with normal front plates, like, I don't know, Tiger 2, here the VK, the T29, just everything that has straight front plates, is that if you're just facing somebody pretty straight, you're giving them your armor at 90 degrees. You probably want to avoid that. Yeah, so what you can do is this 35 to 45 degree angle, yeah, and that will already increase your armor slightly. Yeah, it's not like that's a guaranteed bounce or you suddenly get crazy armor values, but it gives you the occasional bounce every once in a while. Yeah, it's not a thing to rely on, but it doesn't hurt doing it, and especially when you get into a habit, so you don't think about it anymore, you just do it every time, and it gives you this slight edge. Yeah, and every once in a while somebody will rush their shot, bounce, and you will have lost, I don't know, 300 HP less than you would have otherwise. There's like that's what you do with all straight front plate tanks. Exception are pike nose tanks, like IS-3. Well, IS-8 not so much anymore, but IS-7. You know all these tanks. Most of you have seen them. Most of you have one actually. So I guess you know how they look like. Yeah. Theirs is slightly different because the front plates are already pre-angled. Yeah, they're already kind of angled for you. You don't have to do anything. So the thing is, if you're facing an IS-3 heads on, you probably want to shoot at the lower front plate. Yeah, at this triangle, because that's 90 degree towards you. Yeah, if you shoot the angled front plate, you get steeper angles and, well, have a harder time penetrating. So what happens now, if you angle it in this 35-45 degree way, is that you're exposing your upper front plate towards the enemy and kind of negating the pre-angled armor. Yeah, so in that case, you will increase the armor of your lower plate, that's for sure. But on well, in the same move, you will weaken your upper front plate. So if you are shooting an IS-3, always keep an eye how he's angled and which set of plates has the better angle towards you. If you're playing it yourself, do not do this 45 degree angle, just plain standing there and waiting to get shot. Because that gives people a lot of time to choose where to aim and stuff like that. So what you want to do with IS-3s usually is wiggle, slightly left and right. So you increase the lower front plate's armor and you make it harder for them to choose when to shoot on the upper front plate. Yeah, of course if you meet really experienced players, they will just wait and make sure they hit at the right time. But if you have people that rush their shots, if you have people that have this slight panic factor in there, it will give you also a slight advantage. Yeah, it's just like two minor things, but if you get used to them, you will be quite surprised how well they work. So that's like one part about minimizing damage. Yeah. So the other, like even the bigger part, I guess, is about choosing your battles. Yeah, because rolling is a thing you can use a lot, or you can totally avoid it, and in both cases you will be fine. Yeah, there's no need to brawl every game. Yeah, it's not necessary to win games, because you can do damage otherwise, or maybe from 100 meters distance. You know, you don't have to be in each other's face to win games. So, choosing battles wisely, basically what you wanna have yourself as a tank with a really, really good turret armor. Maybe even decent mobility, so you don't get flanked too easily by your opponent. And what's important as well, good penetration and or good DPM. Because, like I said, you want to do as much damage as possible in a, well, really short time before, like, reinforcements arrive or whatever. Yeah, so, in best cases, you are top tier and you're bullying a low tier. Yeah, because then you have all the advantages and he has all the disadvantages. Preferably he's alone, no backup, no arties, no nothing that can, like, work in your disadvantage. And that kind of hints already when to use close combat. It's mostly mid to late game. Because in the early game, you always have at least one or two tanks close, you still have RT alive, and you know, there are just too many factors you can't influence. But when it comes to late game, and you still have a reasonable amount of HP, and you see a lonely, I don't know, low tier heavy, you can definitely go for it without having to fear anything. Yeah, and if it's just to practice. If you feel more comfortable with it, you can also take on same tier heavies or even one tier higher, but that depends a lot on your tank, how well, how comfortable you are with close combat and like all these different factors I mentioned. So you always want to be in a superior position. Yeah. Also, if it's just one shot you can do from safety before you engage, it can already give you an edge, for example. Don't underestimate that, because especially with high reload guns, good example is the 100 usually, it's reloading 17 seconds. So if you bounce that shell, or even worse, misplace it somewhere on the ground. It's gonna sit there 17 seconds and you're gonna get shot at. Yeah, so you want to make sure these shells count. And like going in with one shell advantage kind of allows you to bounce one shell and still maintain an even fight. Also, just stuff to consider, and as always when it comes to situational awareness kind of. Sorry, got poked. Always when it comes to this situational awareness stuff, it's depending a lot on experience. Yeah, you're not gonna do this in like 10 games and you will know about every situation. I can tell you I played a lot of games and I'm still learning something new every day. Yeah, so it gets better with time, that's for sure. You learn to judge certain situations, but you will always find something to surprise you. So, but now for the interesting part, how to actually do the brawling, yeah. I think that's why most people came here for. So, the first part, oh well, let's start right away. There, I would like to split it up in 3 parts. The first one is face hugging, which is a thing mostly heavies do. Then the second part that kind of interlocks with it is barrel blocking. It's quite an interesting technique to avoid taking damage. And the third part will be side hugging, which mostly is more like a medium versus heavy thing, or even mediums versus mediums. Okay, let's get into face hugging. It's pretty simple actually. You just drive into each other's face and you're already doing it. Yeah, simple as that. What you have here basically is 2 strong turrets facing each other. Yeah, so you're presenting your strong turret front, preferably, to your enemy, and all you have to shoot at is his turret front as well. Depending on how high your tank or how low your tank is, that gives certain advantages and disadvantages. Yeah, with 2 eyes, 3s facing each other, it's quite boring. But for example, if I would face the T-34, we would have the situation that I can always penetrate his front plate because it's not really well armored, and he can always overmatch my turret because that turret is not really well armored and he's higher than me. Yeah, but if you have these 2 eyes, 3s facing each other, it's really hard to do damage because you don't have enough gun impression to really go for this triangle, like the driver's hatch weak spot, and it has really small cupolas. Then it has like the turret you can overmatch eventually, but there's always not really reliable shots. Yeah, well on the other hand, when you're facing a T-32 or the T-34, it doesn't matter, you always have a thing to shoot at. So depending what you're facing, you will have an easy time or a really hard time. But yeah, still, there are a few things to keep in mind while you're doing this. Yeah, exactly. What you want to protect while face hugging is your lower front plate at the very least. Yeah, the upper front plate even better. So they really just have a shot on your turret. And to do that, you just need to stick close to them. Because the further I get away, the more I can depress my gun, the easier I get shots on buffer's lower plate. And so always keep in mind when you're face hugging, keep pushing into them. So whenever they make a move back, you keep pressing into them. There are different ways to do that. First one is just keeping the W key pressed. Second one is double tapping R, or wherever you set your autopilot, and just keep driving into people. Because, like, when you bounce your shell into his turret, doing no damage, and then he's clever and like moves away from you, shoots your lower front plate, and then makes it in time back again towards your front, you're 1 shot down. Yeah, but on the other hand, that's what you are aiming to do. Yeah, when you are brawling someone, preferably someone who has not so much experience, yeah, you want to bait his shot into your turret, and then when he is reloading, you use the opportunity to back off, shoot the lower front plate, get close again before they reload. That's the whole procedure here, yeah? So it's really just bait a shell into your turret, into your strong parts, back off, shoot a weak spot, doesn't have to be the lower front plate, and get back in time again before they reload. It's all about that, basically. Yeah, it won't happen all the time that you can do this, but you would be surprised how often that actually is already working really nicely. What you can do as well, especially if you have, I know, really fast reload, usually with a medium versus a heavy, is you back off, track him, and then bait the shell, and after he shot, you have him sitting there, yeah? So if you really have someone who's persistently driving into you, yeah, like basically all the people you will face in this training session, they will keep driving into you like crazy. So you maybe want to say, okay, maybe I sacrifice this one shell to track him and have, you know, some peace, rather than just doing the bouncing game. It's like a slight variation, but the basic stuff is really just bait the shell, get away, make sure you hit your shell and don't rush it, and then, you know, get back again. Questions so far? Oh, that's nice. They never are. So yeah, what will happen though, and that will happen a lot, is that people start shooting your weak spots. Yeah, they bounce your turrets 10 times over now, and they're so sick of it that they will actually start shooting cupolas, or like whatever weak spots you have. Might be the machine gun ports on the T-34, or this small bumps on the T-32's hull, whatever. Yeah, at some point, or even, you know, right from the start, people will totally not waste shells into your strong armor, and they will go for your cupolas instead to do damage. Yeah. And to avoid that, you can use a technique called barrel blocking. What it basically does is putting your gun in the path of the shell, so your gun gets damaged. Yeah, so you basically take module damage instead of HP damage. It's not a 100% thing. Yeah, it won't work 10 times out of 10. But especially when you have, I don't know, let's say from tier 6 onwards, where the gun barrels get a bit bigger, you have a really high success rate there. Yeah, basically when you shoot, the shell starts traveling from the beginning of your turret, moves through the barrel, and then like goes outside. So if you have Buffer's gun here, just sit still please, this is always a little bit tricky. Okay, Buffer, could you shoot please? So yeah, I hope everybody saw it, if not we can try once more.
I got an I didn't penetrate your armor
Yeah, you shot my gun basically.
and a critical hit.
Yeah, this time my gun turned yellow. But yeah, you saw, like, he fired, but the shell didn't even leave the barrel. Yeah, it just went into my gun and then stopped there dead on. If you want to try that, there are plenty of tanks around. You maybe just need to tell the guy in question to sit still for a moment. There's really a thing you can try, that kind of shows the point really nice. And you just put your gun in between and then take the shell with it. That's what you want to do. And you can do the same while protecting your cupolas. There are different ways of doing that. One I prefer, one I don't prefer. Who would have thought? I will start with the one I don't prefer. What you can do is just point your gun upwards into the sky, press the right mouse button to keep it there, and then like in third person mode, you can wiggle your tank and try to overlap your gun with the other guys. Yeah, basically what happens if you do it spot on is that your reticle will come really close to your tank. Yeah, because if you're usually aiming for the sky, you don't even see it, and then when you're overlapping, it will snap on close, and you will see like that you're on it. Yeah, it's one way of doing it. The problem I see here usually is that I can't follow like how to say, sophisticated gun barrel moves. Yeah. So if the guy is just going a bit higher, a bit lower, a bit left, right, like all the time wiggling, it's really hard to follow in this third person. Always try to adjust and just get it right. It's just a mess. Yeah. So what I usually do, get into sniper mode, like the first bloom stage, I guess, and then I just aim my gun at the other guy's gun, and then it's easier to follow because you can do these minor movements as well, and it's just in general easier. There are two ways of doing it as well. Like the first one is aiming really close to the base of the gun. Yeah, in that case it's really easy to follow, but it might be that you're not blocking the shell completely. Yeah, it could be that it's just sneaks by left or right. Yeah, but the higher you aim up on the gun barrel, the more success rate you will have, to say. Yeah, so the higher you aim there, well, basically now I can't go higher anymore. This way I will most likely block his shell 100%. Yeah, so you always have to decide whether you want to follow all the micro movements or whether you want to go for the more like secure version. I usually go for the secure version, but that's just me. So
What's
that's the theory behind it.
what's the
And this
secure
will disable
version
your
again?
gun, right?
The secure version is just aiming as high as possible, high as you can elevate your gun.
Yeah, but
But this will
how-
damage your own gun, right?
Yes, it will. That's the thing as well. You can't count on it to do no damage. Yeah, but it happens quite a lot of times. Like if you try it 5 times in a row, probably 2 of them will do just nothing to your gun. Yeah, it will stay perfectly in fine shape and
But-
no trouble there. But most of the times it will turn the gun yellow, so you have an accuracy loss. Doesn't really matter much if you're staying in close combat, because on these 20 to 50 meters, you're probably gonna hit anyway. It's just if you do this early on in the game, and you also kill the guy, you survive, everything fine, you will have this damage gun later on. Yeah, it can become a problem. But then again, what you're doing here is trading module damage for actual HP damage. Yeah, so you're still like keeping your gun in the game even if it's damaged. Kind
but
of.
like you said, the secure version is to point your gun up, but if you point your gun up, then like you can't actually block him. Like I don't know exactly how to put it, but
Oh, Buffer,
you
could you
can't
aim at my
aim
cupola,
where you
please?
block. Is what I mean.
Thank you. So basically this way, yeah, I'm aiming at the base of his gun,
Okay.
and this way, I'm aiming as high as I can.
Yeah. So
I can't even see his cupola now.
So yeah, you see, it's I'm always, you know, I could also choose something in between. Yeah, this way I would always have my gun barrel in his gun barrel, kind of. Yeah, so it's just a difference whether I go more to the base or whether I go more up.
but if you like, how do you follow his gun if you're pointing up?
Yeah,
like
but
I
I'm
said,
not
it's a bit
moving
harder.
I'm not moving my gun a lot. Once we try putting down your gun a bit. I am. Well, I can't see his cupola, but I'm aimed straight at his cupola, and if I move my gun, I'm hitting nothing. I have a very small target to hit, and basically I'm moving my gun within the limits of that small target, and if I shoot now and he's not blocking me, I will pen him. But if I move my gun, he's efficiently achieved that I cannot pin him.
That's the thing, like my version, like with aiming at the gun, you do it in sniper mode. Yeah, so you actually see his gun and you can follow the movements. Yeah, and third person, that's a different story.
You can try it when you're face hawking, let the other guy aim at your cupola, and you will see that you can basically block. If he doesn't move his tank, all you need to do is keep your gun completely still, and he won't be able to hit your cupola as long as you're face hawked.
But Wasp, I thought you said that you you prefer the secure version, but then you said that the micro movements one is your version. So like I'm confused now.
Oh, the difference there is like the third person is the one I don't like, and then the first person one is the one I use, and then you can distinguish the one I use in between secure and like less secure if you want to.
Okay.
Basically, a question of whether you want to move your turret or move your tank.
Well, it all sounds pretty complicated and theoretical, but when you're getting like into practice,
So
it
when
will
you
make more sense.
when you point your gun up, then do you just like how do you wiggle it? Like, cause it's kind of rough in third person.
Yeah, it's not easy, and
Yeah.
it's
Well, it'll make more sense once you're face hogged with somebody else.
I
The
guess.
trick is you don't have a lot to shoot at. Regardless of if I'm face hogging Waspy in an IS-3, I actually have only one target, and that's his cupola. Anything
know.
else I'll shoot, I will bounce. So
But the thing
really, you
is-
only need to block your opponent firing at your cupola.
But yeah, that's exactly the point. It's really rough, it's really hard to get right, and it's, you know, that's all the reasons why I don't like it. See what I mean?
Yeah.
But there is a problem if the enemy starts to switch to high explosive or some shells who do splash damage. Then
Yes.
that didn't work.
But they will do a lot less damage in that way
Sure.
than if they would be shooting AP, that's for sure.
And with a little luck, they'll damage themselves.
It could very well be. But yeah, are there any questions for the theory part? Beautiful. Then you can all do your favorite job of killing me, then killing each other, and then we will restart.
I
Oh,
got
the
you.
safe shot mods. Oh my god. So, what I would like to start with is basically just a face hugging like session. Yeah, so we will pair up and you just get into each other's face and try to damage each other. Yeah, whether it be by shooting pulse, whether it be by shooting cupolas, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, just keep the barrel blocking out of it for now. Pretty please. Yeah, we will add that later on. It's really just to get used to, well, having a guy constantly bumping into you, and it's more for practicing this following up part, that you always stick close to each other. Here's the thing you easily forget. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Ouch. Ouch.
Is anybody left for me to face hug? No.
Yeah, well, we will restart anyway with much less tanks and stuff, so just, you know, kill each other. Don't
Okay,
make-
I'm gonna try to face hug now. Snowholt, come face me.
Yeah,
You coward.
Snowball killed me despite me face hugging him. He was in what tank was that? Oh, D-34. Tried to follow the barrel in third person, did not work well.
There, everybody ready up, please? Take out your automatic fire extinguishers if you haven't done so. And
yes.
I want to take an tier 7. Let's see.
Wait, how do you take it out?
Just double click on it, or it'll say send to depot whenever you click
Oh
on it.
yeah. Right. I will have to remember to add it back.
Of that
Yeah,
many of
people-
them now that it wouldn't really matter if you used one or two.
You will notice when you burn out next time, and you're like, why is that automatic fire extinguisher not working?
Yes.
So yeah, pairing up is gonna be pretty easy. Basically, it's just the first one from my team was the first one of the other team. So basically, Animal versus Delta, Buffer versus Prussian Prince, and so on. Yeah, so just I guess skate in the middle, then pick a corner or some free space, get into each other's face, and then start to do some face hugging, please. Focus should be on observing yourself. Yeah, like whether you have this tendency to rush shots, and to always stick close to each other.
Let's go.
Right, buffer
Just-
1v1.
Now let's just meet up inside the square.
Nice.
Gold loaded.
Yeah, the thing is it's practicing environment, yeah, so give each other a chance, don't punish every mistake too harsh. As usual.
Okay, so
Okay, language, you have the first shot.
We can only shoot close targets.
I can't see because of the
Penetration. We've cleared the viewports. Keep your eyes open. Enemy armor is hit. Commander took a hit. We can only shoot close targets.
I'll try to hit your cupola. Try to barrel block me.
oh, sorry.
Okay, too late.
Viewfinder back up. Visibility increased.
My bad.
Yeah, well, I know how to do it, so.
So what did you want to say? That was too focused.
Well, I was telling you to try to barrel block me while I was trying to shoot at your cupola.
Okay.
Hey, you see, that's the point. Yeah.
I was
Nicely
just-
followed up, but then I somehow got to your side. Not a big deal, don't worry. Happens to most. Also happens a lot to randoms too.
Problem is American and German have too many frontal weak spots. You don't have actually shoot to the cupola.
Yeah, that's true.
I got two shots onto your cupola. I missed one, and then I hit one right sort of in your front plate just on your turret ring.
Yeah, it was really nicely done.
Snowhold, let's continue. Right behind you.
No, I kept getting sort of basically pushed to the side, so you were crossing my T. The easy way to kill me at that time would have been just to be able to pull back and shoot into my side.
Yeah, it's well, the thing is, if you are doing this a lot, you pick up all the sneaky tricks. And basically, it's what I did was not just straight backing off. What I did was either going slightly to the left or slightly to the right at the same time. So at some point, if you didn't follow the movement, you would just stay to my side, and then
I
I
know
get
that
them.
happened a couple times. And there was the other thing you did. When I was trying to aim at your cupola, I had the aiming slot at the cupola, but the reticle refused to move. Were you doing something to make that happen, or is that just me being stupid?
I'm not sure. It might be that I accidentally have barrel blocked at that point.
Okay, but barrel blocking, well, it won't prevent the reticle from moving, will it? Or will it place the reticle on your barrel?
Yeah,
Yes,
it will place it on my
obviously.
barrel.
Obviously, you must miss that. I was basically so close that I would have been shooting through something else to get to the cupola.
Yeah, then it was barrel
Okay, fair
blocking.
enough.
We didn't even scratch
I
them.
can't kill the T-34. I didn't get a single shot in.
We're done for. Everyone get out.
Like, I tried...
I killed my own gun.
Were
Wasp,
you using HE by any chance?
Yeah.
Wasp,
My
how
AP
do...
is out.
How do I deal with the T-34? I tried like so many different shots.
Lower
Nothing
side.
worked.
All beneath
has-
the turret.
Yeah,
Yes, I
it
hit.
has really, really weak front plate.
But how can I aim at that when
With
I'm
an
face
IS-3,
hugging?
you should be looking straight at it, actually. You're not that
But-
high.
Hmm.
Turret ring or
Front plate
below?
is only 100, but the turret's like 270.
I don't think I could aim that. But,
By the way, guys, feel free to kill me. I'm, just standing here looking pretty anyway.
Waspy, did you bounce anything off me?
Yes, I did a few. One was at the turret ring. Was a bit optimistic to shoot there. But, yeah, I bounced a few.
Do you have a specific number? Because I was sitting there trying to aim my shots, and I assume you were shooting faster than I was.
I can tell you, after the battle. Should tell in the battle report.
Okay, so you don't have any mods in that.
No, I'm playing vanilla.
Track fixed. Let's roll.
I thought we were gonna win. We had the advantage early on.
This is not about winning or losing.
One information: all American heavy tanks have the tend to get the turret machinery get jammed when you shoot them under the chin. That the gap between the gun and the lower plate. If you shoot there, the turret will stuck at 50%.
Oh, whoops. Misclick. Okay, there we go. Wasp left.
Yeah, no, I think it should be evenly matched again. Hey, I would like to do it one more time, and while we're loading in, I would like to hear about your experiences. Did it go well? Didn't it go well at all? Any questions have been arising?
When my opponent try and follow and block my shot, I can swiftly move my aim and shoot him in his turret on either left or right side. Is that correct?
Depending on what you're shooting at, definitely. On IS-3, I don't think it will make too much of a difference. But American turrets, they definitely get easily penned on the side. XVM win chances. But I think I've said already enough about that in the past. So, same story again. Yeah, from bottom to from top to bottom. Giving up again.
Martini, I'm going left. Oh, we're in the middle.
So yeah, I would like to do it one more time like last one. Yeah, just face hugging, trying to get comfortable with the whole situation. And then next time we will add barrel blocking on top, or barrel blocking alone, depending on how good you feel about all of this. So yeah, you have the first shot. Have fun.
So I just try to barrel block buffer.
Yeah, I can. I'll go shoot. Try shoot your cupola, and you try to block me.
Okay.
I'm now aimed directly at your cupola.
Okay.
Our main gun is damaged.
I got
It's
my gun
working, but
damaged.
not very well.
Oh,
Yeah.
which third person zoom is best, by the way? Like which?
I use zoom. I zoom all the way in,
Okay.
because otherwise I can't hit it. And I just aim for the barrel.
So you
so
go
if you
sniper.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
use
and
the
if-
other method. Okay.
yeah. The trick is you will always be. I mean, I can't pin you anywhere down. I have to aim for your cupola to pin you. So I'll basically always be pinned upwards, so that I'm really easy to block.
Ah, nice one.
So if you just keep the W button pressed and then keep blocking me, then I won't be able to hit your cupola.
Martin, can you just let me see where I hit you?
I'm looking straight at your like
Let's find another target.
barrel, but it's not. Yeah.
I'm aimed
Base.
at your cupola now.
Gun, but it's
Okay.
still not very accurate.
Try to aim higher.
Higher.
Yeah, because I can see your cupola. So now I can't aim up. Now I can't see your cupola.
Okay.
Now your barrel is almost completely blocking my view of the cupola. I have a slither of it, but I can't really shoot. I can't really aim. So if you just hold your gun there, as long as we're locked
in a
in,
good
I
position.
can't. There's nothing I can hit that will pen.
Yeah, you really put me into the corner there.
Okay.
Yeah, that was not good
Martini,
of me.
can you tell me where you hit me?
I thought I would hit your roof more
No,
easy
now I
that
block
way,
you.
but it made
Okay.
it much harder for me to block your shots.
It was a really interesting
Yeah, because
idea,
my pen
actually.
getting shot
Yeah,
both
it was
on your
very
front
hard.
faces.
I couldn't
See, no damage.
block your shots anymore because my gun depression ain't that good. So your gun basically got under mine.
That one didn't go through.
We have the same tank. But
Yeah,
I
I
have a
think,
stock gun, I don't have the gun on it. Because
What
the
is-
only shots I could penetrate were on your front places, not... I hit the cupola once, but I just bounced off that.
You see, my gun is
Yeah.
not even damaged yet.
The problem is with IS-6, you have not a good chance to hit IS-3s in this line. So there are more weak spots you can aim at, like the right under the gun. And the small triangle shape plate where the driver are. If you hit there, you have a better chance to pen the armor.
Yeah, definitely.
Because IS-3s tend to stay frontal like this, and it is easier to hit them there than other tanks who try to angle, and that is easier to hit IS-3s
Yeah, you
there.
need to press W. Or
Yeah.
because otherwise, you will give me a chance of moving backwards and hitting your front page.
But if I press W all the time, does it mess up the aiming slightly?
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
got your cupola there.
Yeah. I don't know, it's hard even while zoomed in because even though I'm aiming at your barrel, like it seems like especially if I aim at like where your barrel starts from, it doesn't really block anything.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have to aim like kind of like the middle of your barrel.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, nicely done, everyone. I don't know whether you noticed, but this one took a lot longer than the first training room already. So you're getting already more practiced in this, or like in staying alive longer at least. Before the shooting starts, I would like to meet up in the middle again. Just no shooting, please. To show a few things.
Okay. the other thing, though, if you like go zoomed in sniper modes and face hug, like you're not as aware of your surroundings, I guess.
Yeah,
As
definitely.
much.
It's a minimap, but
Yeah.
I don't think they matter too much when you're prone. There's not really much you can do about it.
Well, it's a matter of practice. I think you will become more aware of your surroundings as you grow more confident.
But yeah, switching out and in of sniper mode from time to time might definitely help. So yeah, I need one to buffer. Mind
Yep.
coming over? Yeah, the two people who played versus me, they definitely noticed. But for everyone else as well. I didn't do too much of barrel blocking, yeah, in both situations. All I did basically was reversing, like, a lot of times, yeah. So buffer, could you, keep pressing into me? So I just kept reversing all the time, slightly going left and right, and at some point I just kept going, and suddenly this happened. Yeah, suddenly I had the side, you know? And this is already just, you know, a simple trick to get in an easy shot. Yeah, you don't do much, you just keep moving, and then go either slightly left or slightly right. And if the guy keeps in sniper mode like all the time, like you said, not having enough like overview, you get shots at the side or rear, like depending, yeah? But
More
this is
question.
already a simple thing you can do. Yes?
Like, when you do that, do you just press like A or D, or do you also press S to move back?
I also press S.
Okay.
Basically, the S is the ground motion, and then you add A or D, depending.
Yeah.
And if I'm in sniper mode, I have no way I can follow.
I mean, it happens to a lot of people. It's nothing, you know, bad about it. It's just like already a simple thing that can give you this one extra shot. Yeah. Just a thing you should have seen. Yeah. No need to adapt it right away or anything. It's just, you know, having heard of it.
But
yeah, what I would like to do for this one, barrel blocking. So you don't necessarily have to do like a full-blown face hugging action here, like with moving and wiggling and stuff. It's perfectly fine if you just try to shoot each other's cupola, like taking turns, so you're comfortable with barrel blocking, and then take it from there. Yeah, so team up with whoever's matching you on the list. Should be the same as
me
last
and
time
Buffer,
actually.
I guess.
Yep.
By the way,
Um,
like, you can actually go full meta with that pulling back and pressing A or D thing. What if the other guy doesn't press W? Then he has the advantage, right? Because you show your
Not
side
if you're
to him.
aware. Not if you're aware.
Really? I mean, all this given, you just try to back off after he shot. Don't you?
Hmm? No, but I mean, okay, so like he's pressing W, he's trying to push into you, and then you think he keeps pressing W, but he actually isn't. So then you press S and A, so you show your side, and then he hits you. That's
This
what I
is
mean.
too much mind games for me.
Well, you can try it. I'll press into you.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, if you stop, like.
Oh, okay. What? Try this. Now go into
Oh, wait.
sniper mode. Just go into sniper mode and press forward.
Okay. Oh, you'll turn around. Yeah.
If you're in sniper mode, there's no way you can react to that, and I now have your flat front plate to.
Yeah, but I mean, now do it again.
I can't shoot through your gun.
It still didn't
Yeah.
work because you were.
Yeah, but if I'm awake, I have just as much an
Yeah,
advantage as you have.
I guess so.
But the thing is, it works the other way around, you know. I can't shoot through yours either.
No, and you can see if I'm aimed like
Yeah,
this,
but you,
trying to hit
make
your
my
cupola,
gun
you can
red.
basically see that I'm in cyber mode.
I don't, break yours.
It's really just a
This
matter of...
was when it comes to the T29. It was the only place you can spot is
Of
the
you
front of
going
the cupola,
backwards
and
all of a sudden and then turning.
Oh,
Do I have to shoot in the base of the gun, or do I just have to shoot right at the gun to break it?
I couldn't see.
The base usually works better.
I don't know why, but
because I
couldn't
found
see
it was easiest to
properly.
block at the base. Trying to block elevator with the larger cross section, that was a bit tricky. But at the as long as I kept the gun at the base, he couldn't really shoot.
Yeah, it's like whatever
Check
works
out-
for you. Yeah, it's really just if it works well for you, stick to it. That's the main thing.
Does
Yeah,
he-
even
Yeah, because I blocked five out of 9 shots with that.
yeah, really nice.
I have one question. What
Yes.
if you fight versus Japanese heavies? Because they mainly shoot not armor piercing.
Yeah, they shoot AG.
Yeah.
What will happen there is, if you keep your gun in there, basically the shell will explode inside his barrel. And from there on, it can take really, really interesting directions, to say the least, yeah? So, what can happen is that he just takes out both of your guns with that explosion, yeah? Or he just takes out his gun, and yours just doesn't take any damage for weird reasons, yeah? Or... Or, like the shell explodes and does damage HP wise to both tanks or just to one tank, or you know, it's all possible.
It's like loaded RNG, yes.
Yes, it is. Especially regarding AG, that's really, really crazy in some regards.
The
But yeah,
problem
HE guns
is those Japanese one have not really weak spots in the front. The cupolas in front are no weaker than the normal frontal armor. I'm not sure where to shoot to those guys when I face them head to head.
Yeah, it's usually not an easy task, that's for sure. It
The
usually works well on-
advantage you have is they have a terribly slow reloading. But yeah.
I keep forgetting to press W.
Yeah, don't worry, it's just pretty natural that you don't think about it. Yeah, about these Japanese heavies, what I found is if you, I don't know, don't have any problems with it, go through the turret is pretty, a pretty good solution to that. The turrets are usually pretty prone to old ammo, since they are not the strongest ones, yeah, that's why.
What about going behind to the side armor behind the tracks? Because you try to bait him into shooting and then trying to get him there.
I heard something about the small turrets, because they have armor. The armor in the hull behind the small turrets, they have very little or no armor at all. So if you get close and manage to get aim behind one of the small turrets, you could do some damage there.
Sounds really interesting, actually.
Yeah, but in real life, I would try to flank those small boxes. It's easier to flank them than to face them head to head.
Yeah, that's really I know the whole thing about choosing your fights. Yeah, row blocking or in general, let's say close combat, is a really intensive thing. Needs a lot of concentration. Needs a lot of like being on point. Well, just you know, if you can have an easier solution, like just shooting them from a different angle, or just you know keeping them at a distance rather than going close, probably you want to stick with the easier solution.
On this map, it maybe can happen if you face those pillboxes somewhere on the banana road, where you can't get away like this, and
Yeah,
you are
that's true.
cornered. Then you have a problem. Then you have to go face to face.
Well, so yeah, anybody last time for whom this whole barrel blocking thing didn't work at all? Okay, otherwise I would have teamed up with him. But yeah, then again, same pairs as last time. This time you can just go into I think full like close combat. I would say, yeah, every dirty trick you know, face hugging, barrel blocking, everything at the same time. Just see how
Alright.
it goes.
How about the shooting 2 shells per 1 shell hack? Every dirty trick.
Every dirty trick.
Anything particular you'd like to try?
I guess I want to try blocking more, but 1 second.
Tell me what you need.
So the least zoom in sniper mode, that is like there's 3 zooms in sniper mode, right? Like 3 levels. Yeah.
Well, I just zoom out enough for it to be possible for me to. If I make it hard for you like now.
Okay, so try and aim at my cupola and tell me if like you can see it. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah, well, it's just kind of hidden.
Martini, this time I couldn't block a single one of your shots.
Can you still see
What did you
it?
do differently?
Yeah, now I have it. Now I can't see it.
Okay, now.
I got a slither of it. No, well, now I can see it, but I think you blocked me.
Okay.
And I have on purpose tried to get my gun a little bit to the, well, your right of your gun so that it'll be easier for me. Like this.
Yeah. Oh. But then, okay, so when I'm barrel blocking, I use the least sniper, like the lowest level of sniper zoom. But when I'm trying to hit your cupola, then I use do I change the zoom level?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't. I
Okay.
use the same. But it's kind of easy when we're still try to move and wriggle a bit. That makes it harder.
Wasp?
1 second, I'm busy.
Okay.
Main gun is damaged. We can't fire
Martini,
accurately.
are you still there? Oh.
16.
Because you did something very different this time. I didn't bounce anything. What did you do differently?
I'm not sure what actually happened there. It's, I tried to shoot
I see that.
to the small plate again,
Small
but
marginal.
right
What
now I couldn't pen. And you
Russian,
could
what
pen
what I
me
did here-
easily.
You penned me 5 times in a row.
What I did here was I'm not aiming at your cupola right now. I'm actually aiming at your machine gun. So I'm trying to trick you into block me here, and then I'm
Yeah.
waiting for my gun to be loaded, and then I.
I see. Oh, I missed your cupola.
Now I keep my cupola moving so that you have a hard time hitting it, and I aim off, and then.
Is that gun in the AMX M5 M4 have more penetration or what?
I think in general the problem with American tanks is that they have really weak hull armor.
But
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out why I didn't block him. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like
Because I
last
blocked
time,
him successfully when he was in the T-29, but I couldn't block anything now.
I think it's because of the difference in size. Because if you have two T-29s, if they face each other, they're like on turret level. But the AMX, I think it's a bit smaller, so it might be a bit below, so you'd get a better shot on the T-29. I'm not sure. But in general, American tanks have their problems with this. They can do it, of course, but they have this really huge numbers there compared to Russians.
So, Martin, what did you shoot at?
I just aimed at the hull.
The hull, yeah. So you were basically pull. But could you get depression on the hull when we were facehugging?
Yes.
Okay, that's probably it. Because when we're both in T-29s, we can't actually get proper depression on the hull. You need to create a little bit of space between us before you can get that shot in. That's probably the difference.
Hmm.
So neither of us was really blocking because we both got in 5 shots and nothing bounced.
I see. So you just went for a straight shootout.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. I tried to block it when I was reloading. I tried to block his gun, but none of that worked.
Ouch.
This vehicle has had it.
What did you hit?
Driver's hatch.
Ah, okay.
That's the thing with the barrel blocking. If they're blocking the cupola, you can just shoot the driver's hatch or the machine gun port, and then when they go to block that, you shoot the cupola.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to move the gun back and forth, so it's not that easy to hit either.
So, Wasp, are you not busy?
No, I'm not busy getting shot anymore.
Okay. So, question was, so you use the least zoom level for when you're in sniper mode to do barrel blocking, but what if you're trying to aim the cupola? Like, do you change the zoom level, or do you just keep the same?
No,
for
I don't.
reasons?
But
Okay.
I'm in general a person that takes a lot of third-person shots anyway. So I don't know, I'm not used to zooming in that much, or I'm not relying that too much on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know for me it just comes natural that way. Buffer,
Okay.
you mind taking your E100?
Nope.
So, what's left to do?
Side scraping? Not side scraping, side hugging, sorry.
I can take a E100 if you like.
That's also an option. I just basically need one to
Or
show some
do
stuff.
you prefer VK72?
It doesn't matter. It's basically just I need a tall tank. And it should be heavy. Yeah, don't worry much about this one, it
So-
will be a theory one again.
I guess because of like the depression, then you can like, depending on the tank you have, you can shoot the side armor, and then the other person can only shoot your turret armor or something.
Yes, exactly.
But Waspy, my E100 is a scout.
I know. Let me make an exception
Okay.
for demonstrational purposes.
I'll drive it like a heavy.
That's nice. So yeah, as always, meet up in the middle, pretty place.
Time to roll out.
There are a few things you might have noticed while barrel blocking. What you can do, for example, is keep aiming for the left cupola. Just keep your gun there all the time, and then when you're reloaded again, you just fast flip over to the right one. And if he was not paying attention, you suddenly will have a easy shot on the open cupola. Or you can aim down on the or up on the cupola all the time, and then when you're reloaded, you just pull it down and shoot the hull.
So,
If it's an American tank, so you can play on these reaction times.
but The IS-3 only has one cupola, right?
It has two, just one is easier to hit than the other one.
Okay. Oh yeah, it really looks to me like it only has one. It's so hard to see the other one.
Yeah, it's really small.
Yeah.
But yeah, with mediums, the whole thing becomes a lot more mobile. Yeah, a lot more, I don't know, interesting, I would say. If it's medium versus heavy, it's kind of one-sided. Yeah, you have most likely higher rate of fire, so you can keep them tracked and stuff like that. But if it's two mediums versus two mediums, it's a lot more fluid. Yeah, you don't have these face-to-face laggards, most likely. Either way, the best example of side hugging, you can do this in every tank, yeah, if the need arises. Also, heavies can side scrape each other. Ah, side hug. Fuck's sake. What's up today? Either way, if you get up to heavies though, with mediums, you have this one advantage. You usually have slower profile. Yeah, so this way, I can constantly shoot buffer into the side. Yeah, no matter whether I'm standing here, no matter whether I'm standing here, I can shoot him into the side, even comfortably while auto-aiming.
But does that work against IS-3? Because it's much lower. Does it?
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't work every tank, but in this case, like, this is a really good example to show it. Yeah, and what you have here is I'm at his side and I'm going back and forth. Constantly back and forth, making it hard to shoot me. Yeah. If the tank doesn't have enough gun depression to actually shoot your hull, you don't have to worry too much. Yeah, then you really just need to keep the turret away from the gun and you're fine. But what will happen most of the times is that tanks will have enough gun depression to shoot your hull at the same time. Yeah, so if you happen to be like this, and the moment they are reloaded, you're gonna take the shot and it's gonna hurt. Yeah. So what you're trying to do is keep going back and forth, and you need to roughly know the reload of the enemy tanks. Yeah. The 100 with that gun is
I'm trying as best as I can to keep my gun on Waspy.
Like 13 seconds roughly. So basically, after he fired, you have 10 seconds where you can do whatever you want. But when you approach 12th or 13th second, you either want to be completely away, so he shoots into nothing, into thin air, or you want to have the turret right at his gun. Yeah, so that the strong part of your tank is going to take the hit, rather than the weak part. Yeah, so that are the two options. You have either you're not there when he shoots, because people really have the tendency to just fire the second they are loaded. You can use that in a lot of Ace-3 advantage. In this special scenario, you can just, you know, move away in the second he's gonna be loaded. But that takes a lot of experience and you need to know reload times. Yeah, the safer option is just to keep the turret right at the gun. Maybe you can even attempt to barrel block, although this is really hard when you're going like back and forth all the time and don't even see it properly. But yeah, you could try, in theory.
Man, you're making me seasick.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But what if a E100 does auto aim? Like, does it not work? Like,
well,
will he still miss?
I'm auto aimed now.
The thing is, the turret turns really slowly.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're really playing here not only on players' reactions, but also on turret turning. So you see, you can play this really nicely. Yeah. That's the one option. Yeah. What I usually do while approaching heavies, third person mode, because I'm a person like that. You can also do it in sniper mode, doesn't matter. Just aiming for the track and then doing it. Because then you get a lot more options suddenly. Yeah, you can stay at the side, or if you know he's not gonna be able to follow you, you get to the back, get to the other side, and since I'm shooting like roughly twice of him, I can always like invest a shell into his tracks to keep him in place. Yeah, well, he's, you know, you can do this all day, every day in a Russian medium.
That looks funny.
And that's why their reload is slightly, you know, off. Basically, if you have a full kitted out E100 with the big gun, you're gonna shoot 3 times on the time he shoots once. So you can use 2 to damage him, 1 to track him, you know, and proceed this little dance. Yeah.
As
that's-
long as you don't get in front of his barrel, you are fine.
yeah. But if you get hit,
But
it hurts a
yeah,
lot.
it will. You won't maybe get another try then.
Does it
Yeah.
work the same way in Object 140?
Yes, it does. Same tank
Okay.
basically. So yeah, the important part here is with medium tanks not so much, but with light tanks, if you do this, try not to bump into them. Yeah, because even a slight bump to your tracks might detrack you, and then that you just see that gun coming closer and closer and closer, and you're like, no, no, repair. You know, so bumping into into them depends really on your weight differences. Yeah, with an E50M, I wouldn't be worried about bumping into heavy tanks. Yeah, you're a pretty solid tank, but with an RU-251, I probably would avoid it. Yeah. In these situations, when you're getting circled by a medium, even if you're not tracked, always remember to keep moving hull and turret at the same time. Yeah, because if you see the difference between just moving your turret and moving a hull and turret at the same time, it's incredible. And so there's nothing worse than just turning your turret and trying to catch up with somebody. Always
Yeah,
gets like
un-
heart attack
unless-
when you see heavies doing that.
Unless you do it wrong and have your turret turn one way and your hull another.
That's
Yeah.
also a funny way to do it, yeah. But yeah, like when you're doing that, always move both, yeah, to get the maximum out of your turning speed. It can really help. So yeah, like I said, mostly you do that with mediums on like taller tanks, but you can also do it with the same tanks with heavies. It doesn't matter, yeah. The whole concept is to stay at the side of the guy, so you get easy shots into his side, and then always present him your strong turret armor, so he doesn't shoot you back in the side. Yeah, of course, if you're at the same tank, probably if you have shots on his side, he will have some on yours too. So it's not the perfect scenario.
Can you show
So-
me one like thing? Like what happens if you go into him into his side at full speed?
You mean like attaching to it or like sliding in
Bumping
there?
into him.
Uh,
Full speed.
Ram
is
E100
good
in
idea,
medium.
bad idea.
It's not
Because
very
it's-
good.
Yeah,
It's
it will hurt you more than him.
yeah, but it's hard to avoid though.
You're basically
You should.
talking about this maneuver, right? Like if you get to the side then and
Yes.
just keep scraping. Lots of practice, lots of trial and error. I always have this trouble with TDs, especially with ones that have a decent turning speed. You just come close to them and they start wiggling left and right. Yeah, it's a really nice thing to do if you are in the TD, but if you're trying to get to its side, then you really can just go for the tracking shot, because if not, you will just like halfway stick to it and then suddenly you're in front of the E3's gun and you're face hugging him, which is like totally his thing to do
Yes.
and not yours, and you're just like, okay, I will try again next time. Yeah, so it's just practice, you know, maybe a bit of luck as well, as always. Nothing you can do about it really.
It's
Just
like
a
a
thing
heat
to
must be one of
get
the,
used to.
yeah, can't be the greatest idea.
That is what it comes down to, at least.
But you have to keep in mind, if you try to circle around, especially E100 or other tanks with spaced armor, some guys try to do side scraping then. They put the tank on that position that your shot won't penetrate the side.
Yeah, that's true. You always should keep an eye on angles.
And use right ammunition.
Good.
E100 have a double plate, I think, so you can penetrate it with heat.
Yeah, Heat versus E100 sights is a terrible choice. Yeah, so
Especially most E100s or other heavy has heavy spore liner for protecting from splash by artifier, and that especially works on high explosive shells from other tanks as well. So it didn't do not really much damage. if you shoot on E100 with high explosive.
Definitely. Armor choice is a whole big topic of its own as well. But yeah, please finish each other. Gonna start over in the training room one more time, but focus is again on heavy tanks and face hugging. Yeah, because side hugging, if you're interested in me. Oh no, automatic fire extinguisher.
Forgot to take that.
Yeah, of course I did. But yeah, yeah, focus is on heavy tanks. If you're interested in playing mediums, you know, just give me a shout. We can do this in a one-on-one session. It adds a different level to it, a bit more reaction-based, maybe. But yeah, it's a really interesting thing to do from time to time. For most part, it will be heavies concerning you guys, I guess. So we'll do one more time, same thing as last time. Yeah, just face hugging, ground blocking, training session. After that, whoever wants is free to leave, and then we can do maybe 1 or 2 more training rooms if there's still interest.
I wouldn't mind trying this a few more times.
Perfectly fine with me.
I wouldn't mind trying it against the tier 7 with the stock gun. No, like I am.
See, there's like some parts of like the side armor that is impenetrable at some points. Like say the IS-3, I guess. Sometimes I shoot the side armor and like I don't get in. I guess like it doesn't pen.
Well, that's why it is hugely favored in competitive play at tier 8 currently. Because of its strong side armor. It eats a lot of shells.
Like not even like angled side scraping or anything, just like regular.
Yeah, yeah. Buffer, stop toying with your foot.
Yeah.
Like, is there any specific part I shouldn't aim at the side of the IS-3?
That's basically the whole part above the tracks. Forget about it. Like in between the tracks is really good to shoot at. But if you're just choosing the side, forget it. Okay, let me rephrase. Food, stop toying with buffer.
Track repaired. Drive on.
Thank you. Wait, let's go back to usual tier 8, tier 7 combo, like whatever you've been driving.
Apparently this game was a 2.4k WN8 game.
Yeah, mine was an automatic fire extinguisher.
Yep, I know that feeling. That's not too bad, you get them for each and every mission these days, so...
You should have about, I have like 300 of them.
Yeah, I have plenty.
Yeah, I do.
But still, it's, you know, a little waste.
Where the hell did... Oh, there we are.
Finished. Just like that.
So still missing 3 people, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for people to ready up.
Oh, sorry. Oh, hold on.
So somebody's
Wrong
up for a
tank.
challenge?
Wrong tank. Sorry.
Ah, don't worry.
There is only one wrong tank in this game, and that's the M6.
M6 is a great tank.
It's an ugly tank. It's just a wrong tank.
It's a pretty tank.
No, it's an ugly tank.
I just sold mine.
An epic tier 6.
Compared to the M3 Lee, it's a nice tank.
It's an ugly tank, even compared to the. It looks like a Tupperware with a sausage hanging out of. It's an ugly tank.
It's just like the T1. So why is the M6 a wrong tank but the
It's
T1
got a
isn't?
great gun as well.
It's an ugly tank, and it's not ugly in the right way. I like ugly tanks, but not the M6.
Beautiful with the zigzag
elderly
camouflage.
Now the talk, there's an ugly tank for you, but I love it.
Buffer, your opinion doesn't count because you watch elderly porn.
No. It's not elderly porn. It's education. It's education for me. I'm gonna be there in not too long.
The method doesn't change, it's just how you practice it.
Well. And
Oh, yeah.
the amount of options ready or available.
Might have a slight problem there. Me and Buffer teaming up is not the best solution, I guess.
I'll fight Buffer. Where's Buffer?
I'm here.
Come on.
I guess I'll take you, Wasp, but we're on the same team and I have safe shot.
Oh, I don't mind.
No, then you can have 3-round trapper, but he's in my team.
Okay, I will take it. But yeah, and again, row blocking, face hugging. Fun.
Thought I'd let you have that one back. That was a cheeky shot.
So more face hugging, no side hugging.
No, that's another thing I would focus on. Like in these sessions, really, barrel blocking is the new thing for most people. Then getting used to side hugging, like moving into each other and stuff.
Our main gun is damaged. It's working, but not very well.
And it's more about losing the like, I don't know, fear of going close or whatever you want to call it.
Hey, face hug, yellow flash. Don't take me in the side like that.
The main gun is up, but accuracy is off. Penetration. Enemy is hit. Penetration. We didn't penetrate their armor. Enemy is hit.
8 HP.
Come on! This is all you got. Come on. Come on.
Come back, you coward! I can still bite your ankles.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Yay, we won. Victory.
Yeah, that's it from my part. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very nice lesson.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks. How much
Cheers.
does it
Take
cost,
care.
Wasp?
What, me, credits wise? I don't know. UK, nothing big. But yeah, if you want to still stick around, hop into a few more training rooms, feel free. Otherwise, have a nice weekend.
Okay, thank you very much.
Nice weekend, everyone. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video. I'll